So I watched MASH Season 1, Episode 2, To Market to Market. So this is the second episode of Season 1, obviously. And this is... It's a small episode in some ways in the pilot, in terms of scope of the plot. The plot's pretty simple, though, when you think about it. They're doing surgery, and they run out of an important drug, and they get involved with some black market shenanigans in order to regain their supply, which at the end they do. Though they do have to trade away Henry's desk, which is a antique 100-year-old oak desk, and nearly everyone who goes into his office, Henry asks, "Do you know what kind of wood it is?" And they say oak, and then he says, "No, oak." The joke is funny, but the two main times I remember it. The first time is, of course, with Radar, so Radar would know because he's Radar. But the second time it happens, it's funny. It's even funnier because it's not Radar doing it, and they do get everything done. But one thing I would like to really address is that you can already tell there's already some more serious stuff talking about, and this is only the second episode, and this is not even the truly most serious stuff that they do. I believe is in a couple more episodes, but the fact is, they're doctors, and they're out of a drug they desperately need to help the patients. They lost other medical supplies, but this one drug they can't do without. There's no substitute for it. And so that's already a stake that we never really got. Like I never felt when in the movie any serious stakes when it comes to the medical stuff. The powered stuff, same thing. There's no serious stakes going on. Sure, some maybe serious stuff like threat of imprisonment, for disobeying orders and all that. But when it comes to these are doctors, so when it comes down to it, so the serious stuff is going to be more about saving lives. And this episode is the first one where you kind of get that. So we'll go get more later on, more serious stuff in very different ways too. So we'll talk about those when we get to them. But this is also, you can tell, is setting up that it's not just going to be a screwball comedy, but it is. Because, come on, the hilariousness, of Hawkeye and Chopper trying to get Henry's desk out of his office, and they start... No, and then Frank comes and Major Julian comes in because they heard noises. And then they leave, but they lock them in the office, so they're stuck in there all night trying to figure out what to do, and Radar can't find the right key to unlock it. Okay, that's funny. That's just hilarious situation stuff. Then they decide to cut the wall down so they can take it out. Probably it's just hilarious. And then they can't actually get the desk delivered to the pickup because Frank is there, and Frank orders the driver to leave with the truck that the desk was going to be in, and also the drug that they were trading the desk for. So they have to go hide it. So they put it under a top and pretend it's an early mass. And it's hilarious because it's just in the middle of nowhere, and as we know from later episodes, whenever Father McKay does hold services, it's normally in the mess tent, not in the middle of the compound. So yeah, in the middle of the camp. So yeah, it's that situation. And then probably one of the best halves though is at the very end, is almost the very end, is when Frank and Henry go into the office, because Frank thinks there's some black market stuff going on, and technically there is, and Henry's first thought are his alcoholic drinks that he has locked up in his office. He goes in, doesn't notice his desk is missing, which is also hilarious, and doesn't notice the wall. But Frank walks in, and he notices immediately that the desk is gone and the wall is down. And then when Henry realizes, they just slowly walk in like dazed, and they look up as the helicopter is taking his desk away. It is hilarious. But also the very last joke of the episode is the black marketeer who's in charge of the entire operation, named Charlie Lee, comes in and delivers the medical drugs, and Henry notices, like, do you have a brother that's a general? Which he appeared earlier masquerading as a general, so Hawkeye and Chopper could show him the desk before the trade was agreed to. And then the character's response is, Colonel, we all look the same, something along those lines. And that's playing on a very American stereotype that all Asians look the same, which is not true. There's a bunch of differences. Now, there's something to be said about when you don't know a group, you don't notice those minute differences. Guarantee you, you can get a bunch of Asians and a bunch of white Americans, a bunch of white Europeans, doesn't matter. And there's going to be some similarities because of, just group dynamics and all of that. But if they don't know each other, those minute differences are not going to be picked up on. When you know people, you know the intricate differences. So it's kind of playing on that stereotype that many cultures have about how other groups all look the same. It's not true. Every group has differences, but it does take time among different groups to actually start noticing those differences because, sometimes you're just not that observant, and it takes time to observe everything. I mean, you can only process so much information on one given time. But the fact if you double down on it, that's when it becomes a problem. But basically, the joke leaves Henry thinking, am I racist? That's literally how the joke ends, and you can tell, him thinking, yeah, why did I assume that these two people are related? That was insensitive for me. That he didn't say it, but you can almost tell with his facial expressions. I might be reading too much into that, though. But it could easily make some characters think. Definitely not Frank, though. Definitely not Frank. But anyhow, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my review. Let me know your thoughts on Mash Market to Market in the comment section down below. And as always, have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Have a good one. Bye! Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like as well as subscribe to my channel and ring that bell to stay up to date on my latest content. Also, be sure to check out the link tree in the description as well as any other links I have down there.